Hey, Tactical Painter here out in the Soots Crafting Wood Shop. Welcome back out to the shop. Today we've got something extra special that we're going to be doing. We've got this Baron Satin Nickel Rollerball Pen Kit that we're going to be doing for a customer. Special request from her. We're going to be doing that up in this wonderful and beautiful piece of rosewood that I picked up years ago. She found out the person that this is for likes rosewood, and so I picked this up a long time ago, showed it to her. She said, that's the one I want, we're going to go with that, and so we're going to do that. But the special request, that's what we're so excited for out here in the shop today. We are going to be converting the rollerball pen kit into something entirely different. So we're going to be taking this rollerball ink cartridge, and we're going to be getting rid of that. It's gone, sayonara, see you later, and we're going to be putting in a Pilot G2 refill. So stick around for that, and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so first things first. Need to make a decision upon our blank as to how we want it to lay out. I can see that there is like a small knot right here in the blank. Now I can't tell if it passes all the way through because my bandsaw left quite a bad rough up mark, but we're going to try and capitalize on that little feature. We're going to put that cap in that section. That way the cap, if there is anything there, features that area. So we're just going to put a dot there, put that tube away, bring in our other tube, put a dot on the other end. We're leaving a little bit of a space in between to make sure that there is enough room for us to square things off later. Now we'll take our square, mark that off, mark that off. That's our waste block. Not waste, we'll save it for a future project. And then we will get this cut. So one thing that I forgot to do was I forgot to put my indicator line that tells me how these mate back up for later. So I just went through and was like, oh crud, does it go this way? No, it doesn't go that way. How does it go? And so I just figured out by looking at grain patterning and the color of the sides and everything that this is the direction that it goes. So always mark your line. It just makes life easier. Not having to try and line up the grain like a crime scene investigator putting together bullet striations from rifling patterning. Yeah, it's just no fun. So make it easy on yourself. Put that line on there when you got two segments like this, and it's a done deal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see from this patch that I just got done wiping denatured alcohol onto the blank, onto the blanks, it is a very, very oily wood. So we're going to let this cool for a few hours before we touch it with any sort of a finish to make sure that we get proper application of the finish after it cools, because that oil is going to continue to seep out. So I'll continue to wipe off, and in a few hours I'll come back out after it's cooled, soak some of that back in, and we'll hit it with a finish. Okay, so you'll have to let me know if this is a better angle or not. But we've let this sit for a few hours, and now we're going to hit it with some liquid finish. We're first going to hit it with some sand sealer, and then we'll go on to some friction polish. So let's get going. Okay, so I got the camera moved. This seems like it's still a better angle for you guys to be able to see what I'm doing and see the wood, see the action. So let's put on a little more friction polish here and get it going.
Kirks, scratch free.
So now we are assembling this beautiful rosewood satin silver Baron Pen kit, and looking at the instructions are kind of interesting. So first thing that I had to do, and I did this off camera, was press this threaded coupler into the post cap. So I did that off camera because that was interesting, let's just say that. It's a very small piece and kind of finagling a little bit. So next thing that I've done off camera was figure out these little decorative pieces that go onto these threaded couplers, figuring out the orientation for them. So they orient with this shoulder going toward the threads and this flat piece going toward the press coupler. You can see that there. So we will press those in place first according to our instructions. There's that. Now we'll press our other end in. Now if this were a fountain pen, that step would be a little bit more complicated, because what we would have to do is we would have to thread our fountain pen tip on and figure out which direction the fountain tip was up, and then decide which direction we want the grain to look while we're writing. But since this is a rollerball kit, we don't have to do that because you can write in any direction. Okay, so we've got good fitment on that, real nice transitions. If I can get my camera to focus on it, there we go. Looks real good. So now our next step is to align our grain, and to do that we take this part and we are going to simply find where our grain lines up, and then we're going to press it onto this plastic. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like that's it right there. Yep, that's it. So now we're going to press it on. We're going to unthread our body, and then we are going to drive this home very carefully, because right now it is just sitting on a plastic coupler, and then it goes down onto a metal coupler. So we're going to take that nice and slow. Little plastic shavings that the brass kind of shaved off and made a nice custom fit. Let's clean that off. And we will grab a spacer here. We'll put that in there just like so. And we will drive that home. So I got a little bit more gunk shaving off in there. Clean that out right before driving it the rest of the way. Last bit. Okay. And that's on there nice. So now we have to decide how we want our clip to go. I would say something a little like that. There we go. Get our spacer out here. And that looks darn good. Put our post cap. Actually, we got to put our spring in. Just like so. We put our post cap on. And now we take our ink, take our cap off, put that in there like so, thread that in, and there we go. That is one gorgeous pen, if I do say so myself. Let's get that lined up here. You can take a look at it. Don't mind the airplane going by overhead. But wait! That's not right. We've got to get that ink out of there and get our G2 in there. Okay, so let's do our conversion. All silliness aside, it's time to do the conversion from the Pilot G2 to our Baron pen kit. So to do that, we take out our our Pilot G2 ink refill. Get rid of that. And we take out our Baron ink refill. Get rid of that. And now we take this, we set it aside, because the only part that we are going to need is this one right there. That little part is what determines the depth at which the ink will sit inside the pen. And how it does so, if we scavenge our refill off the floor, is it slides in, and then it's got this little piece right here that sets the depth, and it's got a little stop inside that threads out. See, it's threading out right there. Sometimes feel like Blue's Clues in here. I ask questions and I just suspect you answer. So this part goes into there, and then it stops on this shoulder right there. It hits that, and that's where it stops. So by filing down this back side, that'll make it fit. Because right now, it looks okay, but it doesn't quite look right. See if I can't get that. There we go. See, it looks okay, but doesn't quite look right. So it's just a little bit we have to file down in order to get that fitting proper. See, because here, that's what it looks like if it's proper. So we'll get it looking good. So to do this, we just simply need a piece of 150 grit sandpaper. And all that you do is you just place that on there and then just start doing circles, holding the little tip upright. Let me see if I can't get a better angle here for you. So then you're holding your tip. That sounds personal. And you're just doing little circles, just like this. And you're just filing down little pieces at a time. And continuously checking. Clean that off. And then you are checking your ink to see how it looks. Looking a little better, but not quite there yet. So keep going. Alright, let's check. Yeah, it's sticking out a little bit there. That looks fantastic right there. So now we will go through to a smaller grit. We'll go to 240 and work our way through. See, now that looks much better. Double check, see how our ink looks now. That looks great. Put our assembly back together. Oops, trying to put it in backwards. That doesn't work. There we go. Tighten that down. Our ink goes in nicely. Let's bring our blue cloth in here. Get our pen back on camera. And there we go. Looks very nice. Let's test out our ink here. Looks good. Thanks so much for joining me out in the shop today. This turned out just beautifully, and I have to say that the Baron converting that into a Pilot G2, while time consuming, yes, is an added benefit. It's an added bonus. It's a nice thing for my customer. She's gonna love it. It's gonna be a gift for somebody in her life, and it is just an absolutely wonderful pen. It's beautiful. It writes nice. The Pilot G2 is an excellent ink cartridge, and so it's going to be real special, really special pen for a really wonderful person. So I'll let you get a nice final look at that pen again before I give it away and you'll never see it again. Alright, thank you so much for joining me out in the shop today. Tactical Painter, signing out.